Hello everyone, welcome back to Dakota's Political Circle, and today we are talking about how is Virginia finally back in play in Trump's possible Trump's column. Do you think that Trump can finally possibly win the state of Virginia? He had a big possibility when Biden was running, and a lot of people thought it was over when Kamala Harris started running, which the polling did show that Kamala Harris had a significant lead. But looking at the most recent poll that just came out, Virginia poll by University of Mary Washington, it shows that Harris only has a 2 point lead in a two-way race, and the full field would have a 1 point Harris lead. So basically, Harris is so close in it to Trump in this election, which is very, very interesting, especially in a state with Virginia, a state that is like a Democrat stronghold, or at least used to be, is almost going for Trump. It is so close to go for Trump. Now, obviously, in the average, if I show you right here, but before I show you, I do want to say this pollster right here actually showed, I believe they showed Biden in the lead by like 15 or 20. When Mary Washington University actually showed when Biden was in 2020. Actually, if I show 2020 right here, if I go by if Mary Washington is on here, which it could be. If it is not, then oh yeah, here it is. Okay, it was a 17-point lead. So right here, this is what they said before when they did one poll. They showed a 17-point lead for Biden in the state of Virginia, and they're only showing a 2 point lead in a two-way race for Harris. So I would say this is a pollster that leans Democrat, and if they are showing it's that close, it shows Virginia is significantly shifting towards the right. And to show you right here, this is the actual average as of right now. You have the University of Washington having a 2 point Harris lead. You got an 8 point Harris lead from the Washington Post, Roanoke 3, and then New York Times 5. It's possibly starting to shift in Trump's favor. It's only a 4.5 Harris lead. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, that's like Minnesota numbers, which it's true. Minnesota numbers as of right now are that high. But remember, it is starting to shift in that direction. If these polls keep coming out for plus twos and stuff like that for Harris in a state like Virginia, she could possibly lose the state of Virginia. And to show you right here for comparison, here's 2020. Biden had a 9.4 lead in the final results, and in the actual average entirely was kind of like an 11, 12 point lead, kind of maybe a 13. And he had like a 3, possible 4 point loss based on that. So Virginia is significantly shifting left. Now, obviously, in the average, she's up by 4.5, but it is very possible Trump can push that away. And if it goes down to a 3 or a 2 in the average, Harris can lose the state of Virginia. And to show 2016, just to show you this as well. So the RCP average had 5, and then the final result had a 5.4. Now, this was a little bit more in line with polls. Like, polls had a 6 to a 5. One had a 2. Mostly a 5 or a 6. So it was pretty accurate. But in 2020, it looked like Virginia is starting to shift to the right. And then in 2024, you never know what Virginia is going to do as of right now. And to show you some other things, to show you that it's possible that Virginia can shift to the right and actually go to Trump, if you look right here, so this is the Virginia governor poll, the Virginia governor race when Youngkin beat the Democrat in the Virginia race. And a lot of people didn't expect it to happen because look at this, all the way through, it showed the Democrat going to win. And then towards the end, Youngkin pulled it off and won the race. And in the average, they expected Youngkin to win by 1.7. He overperformed by a couple points. But remember, he was not favored until about very late October, and in November 1st he got in. So like it was basically towards the end. So you could see that shift. You might see that shift happen when it comes to Trump and Harris, especially. So I would not count that out. And to look right here, this is the last time Virginia went Republican. I've showed it in my videos before. The last time Virginia ever went Republican in a race whatsoever was with George W. against John Kerry. And he very well did well in Virginia, like 53% to 45. That's a significant amount. And then obviously, if you look at 2008, Obama took the state and turned it Democrat for until today, basically. And he won the state single-handedly as well. So, I mean, basically after that, there was just no switch whatsoever at all. Now, it did get a little bit closer in some circumstances. Like in 2016, it looked somewhat close. And then in 2020, it was very far ahead. But Virginia is very interesting as of right now because they have such a minimal lead for Harris. A lot of people were like suggesting that Harris is like the next Obama. And if that was true, Harris would be leading a significant amount if that was the case. But she's not. She's not leading whatsoever. Obama had a 6-point lead in 2008. And then towards the end, I believe that's a 6-point lead, right? Yeah, he had a 6.3 lead in the end. And his RCP average is 4.4. Now, that is in line with Harris, I guess you could say. But remember, Harris is going down in the polls. She isn't going up. She's going down based on this. And also, if I show you the national, Harris is also going down in the most recent polling. Like, look, she has several 2-point polls, like two 2-point polls right here. And then you got Trump as well with a 2+2. Then you got a tie. So it's going from a +6 to a +4 to a +2 to a tie. So Harris is starting to not gain steam anymore. She's starting to lower down, unlike Obama, where he had no steam to stop and he was going to dominate no matter what. So it's interesting to show that Harris is not like Obama whatsoever. So she can significantly be easily decimated in this election based on that. And to show you what the outcome could be if Trump wins Virginia, a state like Virginia, it is a massive outcome for Trump. So to show you right here, let's do the obvious states first. So let's say Georgia goes to Trump. You got North Carolina goes to Trump, and then let's give Arizona to Trump and Nevada. So then these are the states left. Let's give Minnesota to Walz and Harris. Let's give Michigan to Walz and Harris, and then there's these 3 states. Let's just give him Virginia. He wins the election. If you get him Pennsylvania, he significantly wins the election. He gets Wisconsin. He gets 310. Then there's also other scenarios. If Nevada goes to Harris, if Arizona goes to Harris, if Wisconsin goes to Harris. Now, if PA goes to Harris, he would still lose. But if he gets Wisconsin and Virginia, if he gets Michigan and Virginia, if he gets PA and Virginia, he can win the election. And then there's also a scenario where I don't know if it's likely, but there's been a lot of talk about how Nebraska's second could go to Trump. Now, in this scenario, it would not be possible unless they win Arizona or Nevada. Like, if he won Arizona, he'd win the election. If he won Nevada, he'd win the election. If you give Nevada... Okay, so if they won Nevada and Virginia, they get a 271. So there's a lot of scenarios here where Trump can win the election if Virginia is in play. So, but I would say if Virginia votes left of like states like Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. So I would say if this scenario did happen, the most likely thing that would happen is Nevada goes to Trump, Arizona goes to Trump, Virginia goes to Trump, you got Pennsylvania going to Trump, you got Wisconsin going to Trump. You could even say Michigan going to Trump because Virginia is such a higher state. And you could say that, like, for example, Minnesota could be in the tilt or even in the Trump column based on this. Now, I would probably say Minnesota goes to Walz and Harris. But in this scenario, you could see a massive Trump outcome. And if you don't give Nebraska second. But in this scenario, you probably could give Nebraska second if Virginia goes to Trump. So 326 to 212, you get a domination by Trump and you easily win the election. That is just a great scenario for Trump right here. And a state that is not likely to go to Trump, but is a very big possibility because of the shift. There is a significant amount of, it is significantly possible that Trump can pull it off, especially with that poll that I showed you right here. Like a 2-point lead in a pollster that shows like a plus 17 for Biden back in 2020 when he only won by about 9.4. So I mean, it just shows that Harris can lose Virginia. It is very possible. Now you see Hung Cao and Tim Kaine down here. I kind of expected this. Tim Kaine's probably going to win by maybe like a lean to a likely margin. Tim Kaine's a very likable senator in the state of Virginia, so I would say Hung Cao is not going to pull that off. But I do think it'll be closer than people think. Now I would not say tilt. I don't even know if I'd say lean, but it's possible. But Hung Cao is likable as well, but Tim Kaine is obviously the one that's been in there for a long time, and everyone likes him for some reason. But yeah, just to show you, it just shows that if Trump wins Virginia, he can win a lot more states along the way, especially states like Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Nevada. You got Arizona and maybe even Michigan. I would probably say Michigan, possibly, mainly because if Michigan's a toss-up state as of now, and then Virginia's a lean state, a lean Democrat state, then if Virginia votes Republican, votes for Trump, you're going to see shifts for Michigan. You're going to see shifts for Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. You might even see shifts for Minnesota, but you won't see as massive shifts. But so this could quite possibly be the scenario you see in the election if Virginia votes for Trump. That's the main thing. If Virginia votes for Trump, this scenario can actually happen. Like it is actually possible. I wouldn't say New Hampshire and Maine because they're actually going a little bit where Minnesota leans. So I would say the swing states would vote for Trump and Virginia would vote for Trump in this scenario. But yeah, just to show you, because of this poll coming out, it is a massive poll for Trump, especially, definitely, even though it is only a Harris +2. You see polls in Virginia in 2020. I don't think a single one had Trump as a +2. I mean, Trump wasn't even in the lead in any of them, and also there's none that even have a +2 for Biden. The lowest one is a +4, and the lowest one for this is a +2. So it's possible. It's possible, folks. But yeah, I just want to talk to you guys about that today. I just want to say how I think it's possible that Virginia is specifically in play now. Now, I wouldn't say they're in play yet because it is one pollster and it is a very far left-leaning pollster. But if we get more polls to come out of Virginia and they are in favor of Harris by like 1 or 2, Virginia is definitely in play now. But I just want to talk to you guys about this today, just to give you my thoughts on it, because it is a massive poll that did come out by an institution that's very, very liberal. Obviously, people could say it's an outlier, but if it's a very, very liberal institution, I mean, if it's an outlier, it has to be an outlier for the Democrats. So this is just very odd. But anyway, guys, I just want to talk to you guys about that today. Not much else I want to talk about in this video, but if I find anything else to talk about in the next couple of days, I will definitely be posting it. Hopefully you guys have been liking the content. I'm really excited that we're almost at 500 subscribers. We're very, very close to 500 subscribers. I'm so excited for that. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this video, and let me know what you think if Virginia could be in play still. Do you think it's just not something we should look forward to whatsoever anymore? Just let me know in the comments. And also at the end of this video, you'll see possible my previous video on the channel on the screen. That's a new thing I put on my end screen just to show you guys, so you guys can go to the last video of my channel, and you can also click my channel entirely on the right side, I believe. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.